Decimated lion prides in the Okavango Delta rangelands are making a comeback thanks to an innovative program that helps reduce human-lion conflict in the area. When different nations made pledges towards achieving the world's collective climate goals at the recent COP27 summit in Egypt, much closer to home, a conservancy organization was already steps ahead, using scientific research with a climate benefit to promote human-wildlife coexistence. Communities Living Among Wildlife Species, abbreviated CLAWS, a non-profit conservancy organization, has responded to the urgent need to develop innovative approaches to promote people's coexistence with animals. The organization works with farmers to improve livestock management, to protect rangelands, and to reduce human-lion conflict in northern Okavango Delta of Botswana. The initiative was adopted in response to rising concerns in northern Botswana, where communities are killing lions in retaliation for killing their livestock. These efforts are designed to promote coexistence between people and lions and to reduce the high levels of retaliatory killings that occurred prior to the onset of the CLAWS project. New research suggests that these efforts are effectively reducing retaliatory killings and improving tolerance between people and lions. Poisoning incidents have since dropped significantly from losing 50% of the area lions in 2013 to less than 5% in each year since the inception of the program, aptly termed Pride in Our Prides. The program, a two-pronged initiative with a focus on high-priority species and known conflict areas, merges technology with tradition to engage communities in lion conservation in the critical Okavango Delta. CLAWS founder Dr. Andrew Stein and his team have since set up camp in a Retsa village where they have developed a first-of-its-kind technology that alerts villagers when collared lions approach livestock areas. In partnership with the University of Siegen, CLAWS has designed this one-of-a-kind lion alert system. Over 100 participants receive messages to their specific preferences, text or voice message, and language, Setswana or English, including the name and distance of the specific lion.
As we put the tracking collars on, it enables us to follow the movements of the lions, to understand where they move within the system. Then we can follow them to see what they're eating, and then we can determine which lions are actually causing problems and which ones are not. And as part of this program, we developed the first of its kind alert system, whereby when the lion gets within 3 kilometers of a cattle post or a homestead, or 5 kilometers of one of the 5 major villages here, then it will release an alert going directly to the cell phones of the individuals living within that affected community. So if a collared lion gets within 5 kilometers of a Retsa village, any villager from a Retsa that is signed up for the system will receive an SMS with the name of the lion and the distance that the lion is to their village in real time. So when the lion is within that distance, they get a message, then they know, okay, right now this is how far the lion is. So now I can take preventative action to reduce conflict before it starts.
Historically, pastoralist herders maintained healthy ecosystems and protected livestock from predation, but they appear to have since lost their way. CLAWS are now resurrecting this ancient traditional herder system to reverse the impact of overgrazing and not only reduce lion conflict, but also build capacity.
What we realized quite early on is that many of the people that own livestock in this area are not herding their livestock. And because of that, their cattle can range quite far into the delta. We actually put satellite trackers not only on the lions but on cattle. And what we found was some of the cattle from the villages were going 17 kilometers deep into the Okavango, deep into lion territory. And many of the owners, when we showed them on the map, had no idea that their cattle were going so far and for so long. So this was an interesting thing to be able to share this information. But also, because the cattle are not being herded, they're staying in the same areas and they're overgrazing. And what's happening is it's causing desertification, it's causing erosion, and actually the topsoil is getting blown away, and that actually traps a lot of carbon. So as we think about carbon dioxide in the atmosphere as a problem for climate change, actually the way we herd cattle can actually contribute to the problem, or it can actually help address the problem if you move your cattle in a particular way. So as we notice, these cattle are being attacked by lions, they're walking into the delta, many of the owners aren't aware of where their cattle are. We realized maybe developing a program that can help people with herding cattle might be beneficial.
In 2018, Klaus supported the establishment of the first communal herd in Botswana. There are now 2 herds with 600 and 230 cattle respectively, with plans to expand the program to neighboring villages. Communal herds reduce conflict by increasing efficiency. Now a handful of people are responsible for protecting the large herds that mimic the natural formation of wild herbivores, moving in tight groups as anti-predation behavior. Certified herders monitor livestock and health and protect them from the predators, allowing community members to engage in other livelihood activities, knowing that their cattle are safe.
We are calling all the farmers in this area to say, guys, come on board. This is your area, these are your cattle. Cattle grow grass, but if they are not managed properly, they destroy grass. So that's why you can see now they are slowly coming on board. That's why we are having the second boma, which shows there is improvement in what we are doing. People are now beginning to see life. We've got quite a number of people that are coming on to say we are interested in this program. Now what we do is we have got a grazing plan, right? And that grazing plan is like this. We don't want to go to one place for a long time, for more than a week. So we demarcate our areas into 4. And we'll say, okay, this week we are going this way, so that we avoid overgrazing. And then next week we go to another different section. And when we go there, we give enough time for the grass there to regrow. And when we are grazing there, the keki, we are using these animals as our machine to break the ground. You can see all these keki, 300 and almost 400. They'll break the ground, they'll sow in the seed from the grass. When the rains come, then it's easy for the grass to go for those seeds. But if they don't go, even the seed is just on top, there is nothing that pushes it inside to plant it, then that grass is not going to grow. So these are, we call them hooving machines. We're using their hooves to doctor the land. And while they are doing that, they are defecating on that particular land for 1 week. They're also urinating there, and we are getting that area to be fertilized. Next year is going to grow better grass than previously. So all the areas where we are going, we are doing the same thing. And at the same time, we're moving our crops and the grass is growing behind us.
Following grazing planning and putting dung back in the soil and fertilizing, that is putting carbon back into the soil. And then by doing that, it's already putting carbon stocks right on the soil, taking carbon from the atmosphere down into the soil. So that on its own is climate smart. So you're going to get a lot of nutrients, and grass comes back again and takes up carbon dioxide. In terms of climate change, that's already taking a lot of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. So this is the whole concept. So this whole healing the land thing and putting dung and improving the soil, because we're not only doing that, even also on the crop fields. Like right now we're starting to talking to the farmers so that we can actually take the heads and put them in the crop fields before plowing, so they can fertilize land. By doing so, that's putting a lot of carbon also on the soil, and then the farmers can plant and harvest more from very little. So this little tillage. So all this is contributing to reducing climate change.
In addition to the program, CLOS has also introduced a mobile quarantine, which is expected to save the farmers a significant amount of money on transport of their cattle to feedlots in favor of free-range feeding. Department of Veterinary Services will also certify the beef as free of foot and mouth disease with weekly checks. The Botswana Meat Commission will pay the cattle owners market prices double what they are currently earning, and owners are expected to use wildlife-friendly practices in order to participate. Chairperson of the Farmers Committee, Monalo Susanga, is excited at the new developments brought about by CLOS, and together with the other farmers, he is happy that in the end they will receive greater market access and livelihood security while adapting traditional herding practices for modern markets.
Molemo jwa teng ke gore karanteng e ya ka lete jana so fela gore ta re tsala mo sake o ne a disiwa dipholo tsa di batla gore di di go mathabelo be re ditsenyela sa o tsana one hale ga gona dituelo tse le gore batla re lopa company re lopa gore duele di traka tse le go tabe di tsa di khomtso go di isa go makala mabedi go tsa go BMC mora gore tabe di tswa gone ha be thamala la BMC ga gona line ya go dira kwa gore tsamaile le batho ba di khomu re ba gona ko ba go disa hape o nna mo quarantine ya ha di tswa tabe di thamala hela go BMC be di bolayo.
Close research with collared lions has shown connectivity within the Khaza Transfrontier Conservation Area landscape, highlighting that lions exist in areas previously unknown. Paying attention to these movements can help to support thriving populations, increasing the benefits that apex predators bring to ecosystems and to humans in the form of monetary gain from tourism. Further, through the Predator-Proof Enclosure Initiative, also known as the BOMA, CLOS works with communities to reduce incidences of livestock killings using traditional weaving techniques and locally sourced sustainable materials. Combined with the Lion Alert System, this initiative has reduced conflicts while increasing income to the communities, with tourism operators in the region committed to buying beef at a premium price. Innocent Sukudu, reporting for The Voice Online.